Greetings! This is another Flyout video, and the last time I actually uploaded one of these was on Christmas Day, so yeah, it's been a while. Anyway, so unlike the last two times, I actually tried to make planes rather than winged guns. So yeah. Anyways, we have quite a few of these to look at, so let's go. So, our first aircraft in this video is a rather simple biplane. Now, think of something of a 1921 era fighter, and it is indeed a fighter, otherwise it wouldn't be an AGS-201. It does have quite a bit of a bite to it. It has 4 of these 8mm machine guns on its wings. It has an I4 piston engine, which provides a bit of power, not too much, and has a nice cockpit area with an age-inappropriate, I don't know whatever this is called, but it has some things on it. Yeah, I still don't know a lot about planes, but I know that they fly and they have guns. And as I said it earlier, I actually tried to make them look like actual planes rather than guns with wings on them. So let's see how this thing flies. Alright, here I am. Let's put the throttle up to 100%. And I am lucky now because the wind is actually providing me with extra speed rather than blowing into my face or blowing me away. So yes, it's rather nice. Let's wait to get some speed and off we go. So there isn't a lot of landing gears on it that are retractable. They are kind of fixed in place, so they kind of do a lot of dragging on the wind. So yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, but I mean, it's kind of age appropriate as far as I'm aware. It's somewhat agile, it can shoot, that's great, and it flies pretty well. Its top speed is around 280, which is actually pretty damn good for something that looks like this. So yes, it flies. It's very stable, so it's not like one of my previous planes, the one with the gun proportion that couldn't even stay in a straight line. This thing flies very well, and as you can see, I actually bothered painting it with decals, and yeah, that's about it really. It's just a very simple biplane. Nothing much to look at, and there are several more interesting planes to show, so let's go. Alright, the next design, just like the previous one, is a biplane. However, this one isn't a fighter, it is an attack aircraft, and it does attack rather effectively, although in terms of speed it does suffer because it's quite a heavy boy. So yeah, say hello to the AGS 204-1. Yeah, it's kind of a weird one, but it's not the weirdest looking plane in this video, trust me. It has quite boxy housings for its i6 engines, and it has quite a bit of a firepower. It has 8 of these 12mm machine guns and 6 of these on either side of the wings of these 8mm machine guns, and on top of that 2 of those here in the rear for a defensive armament. Yeah, what do I say? It's an attack aircraft, it doesn't have rockets, bombs or anything, it just relies on its firepower alone, so let's see what it can do. Alright, here I am. Let's start the engines. And it's rather slow, so don't expect anything too great. However, It is also a pretty stable flyer, so I've got nothing to complain about, really. And it's quite a sight to behold. So yes, it's weird, but it pretty much is all I ask for in a ground attack aircraft, and off we go. Let's retract the landing gears. I really like how this rear landing gear just folds up behind the fuselage, if that's even how this thing's called, and I'm flying. As I said, this is quite a heavy boy, so it has some troubles staying in the air, but I mean, it flies, it's very stable, it doesn't really fall that quickly. So yes, I didn't bother making interior details, and yeah, let's fire at some ground targets. And two houses gone, or rather four, but you know what I mean. Hell yeah, ground attack aircraft. It attacks ground targets. And as you saw, it almost got up to 280 kilometers per hour top speed. However, while not diving, it can manage up to 270, I believe. No, it's actually accelerating. Can it reach 280? Almost, but not quite. So yes, this is a slow plane, but it has quite a punch behind its weight. And yeah, but trust me, this isn't the only attack aircraft in this video, so let's see the next one. So, if you thought that the AGS 204-1 was an interesting looking attack aircraft, just be prepared for whatever the hell you will see now, because this one is a lot weirder. So say hello to the AGS 204-3. You might ask, where's the 204-2? I will show you that one too, just not today. So yes, this thing is a triplane, if that's even a word. It has two of these 37mm autocannons and 8 of these 12mm machine guns. Also, it has huge rocket pods underneath its wings. So yes, it's quite great at its intended role of destroying ground targets, but this design is just straight up weird. Like, what is this abomination? It has two engines on its central structure, however the fuck it's called, I don't even know, and actually these keep it very stable, so let's see just how stable this thing is in action. Alright, let's go. So why am I bringing up stability? Well, in another plane I experienced that the centrifugal force of the propellers, if I'm even saying the correct terminology here, makes my plane behave like a drunk 50-year-old male on a Saturday morning, very unstable, and yeah, that's why I made this double engine setup. And as you can see, it flies very well. It's actually exceptional in flight performance, although not in terms of acrobatics, because this thing is a flying brick basically. However, it does perform in its intended role rather well. It can destroy ground targets. Except that I can't really aim very well, and that's kind of a problem. And as you can see, it's a bit faster than the previous one, and that's really great because it's a lot heavier as well. However, that weight comes not only from it being just generally larger, but also because it has rockets to fire, and they are actually really fun to use. I didn't really have any other rockets, so these are the only ones in the game which are unguided as far as I'm aware. So let's go and seek some targets to destroy. Alright, let's now spam F, and as you can see I am destroying ground targets. So yes, this is an attack aircraft that does attack and does destroy. Oops, that was poor aiming from my side. So yes, you get the point. So, let me know in the comments how weird this thing actually is. I don't know, I kinda like it. What do you think? Anyways, on to the next one. Alright, the next plane in this video is also a fighter, however this time it's not a biplane, it's just a regular plane. And here it would be. This is the AGS-201-2. And when I previously talked about stability issues, yeah, this was the plane that kinda brought me to realize that that's a thing. And you'll see it when I'm flying with it, so let's not delay it any further. Let's see what it can do. Alright, let's start the engine. As you can see, it has 6 guns. 2 of them are 12mm machine guns and the others are 8mm ones. And let's take off. It has a rather short takeoff distance, and you can see that the plane is tilting like a drunk man in their 50s on a Saturday morning. Wait, I already cracked that joke. Anyways, so yeah, it's kind of an annoying feature of this plane, but as far as I'm aware, this is also an issue on real propeller planes. At least in this era. I don't know what the modern age has to offer, but whatever, what do I know? And the guns do their job, they fire. That's what they were designed to do, and you can see how well this thing tilts. So yes, the main job of this fighter is to outmaneuver its targets, and it can do that rather well. I literally have to prevent myself from using the pitch maneuverability too much, because otherwise I just lose control completely. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but I mean, it's a necessity when you are dealing with such levels of acrobatics. And it's decently quick. It can get up to 390 kilometers per hour top speed, so it's pretty decent in most aspects, so there's nothing really to complain about here. So yes, this is a rather average fighter, except its maneuverability is rather exceptional, although what do I know? It might be bad compared to, I don't know, a Japanese fighter or something. I don't know, I'm just assuming shit, because as I said multiple times during this video, I really don't know a lot about planes. I know that they fly and they have guns, and that's pretty much all a simple-minded individual like me needs to know about them. Alright, so this last plane is my best one so far, not just looks-wise but also performance-wise, and this is the AGS-203-2. So this is a multi-role fighter, and as far as I know, these kinds of planes are supposed to be attacking both ground and air targets, and that's pretty much what I designed it for. It's very, very fast, it's very, very maneuverable, and it has quite a bit of a punch behind its guns. These are 4 37mm autocannons. Yeah, it's quite destructive, it's quite quick, agile. It pretty much has no real weakness other than the pilot itself, which in my case is a rather bad one. Anyways, and as you can see, I actually for once figured out something in this game by myself. I added custom decals. So this is my usual roundel that I use, and just like in World of Warplanes, I now have aerial target kill markers and ground target kill markers. These are supposed to be propellers, and these are supposed to be houses. Yeah, I'm not a great graphics designer, what can I say? Although this one turned out rather great, and I've been using it for months for my tanks. Anyways, enough yapping, let's see what this thing is capable of. Alright, let's go. The takeoff of this plane is rather unusual. You will see what I mean by that. So let's get some speed. I'm not pressing any buttons right now. I'm still not pressing any buttons, and I'm taking off at a rather extreme angle, which is just what this plane does. It takes off at a rather extreme angle without me having any inputs. So yes, this multi-role fighter, I want to give it a nickname. However, I'm going to let you guys name it. Please name it something cool, like, I don't know, Thunderbird or Punisher or something cool like that. So yes, it has some nice view from the inside. I actually bothered with interior details for once. So yes, and as you can see, it's rather fast. It's at 630 kilometers per hour, and it's still accelerating. And my speed record with this one was 840 at 7 kilometers of altitude. So yes, it's very quick. It's capable of going up real high, although that's kind of a medium altitude if I'm correct. And it's good at dealing some real damage to ground targets and aerial targets as well. So yes, this thing is very impressive. As you saw it and you are seeing it right now, it can lose maneuverability. It's so agile. So I have to be very careful, but I mean, it's not a big deal. I can use my insane maneuverability to get myself stable again, just like how you saw me do it 10 seconds ago, and it was kinda scary, not gonna lie. I can spin around like a Beyblade. It's just overall a really good aircraft. And as I said, it's very fast, it's very maneuverable, it has a lot of firepower thanks to its 37mm autocannons, and just overall there's nothing to complain about really with this one. So yes, that would be it, I believe. So this is the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, hit the dislike button. If not, hit the dislike button. If you want to, you can unsubscribe and tell me in the comments what you thought of my planes. And also give some suggestions for nicknames for this specific multi-role fighter, please. So yes, bye.